she was just this energetic force. She was absolutely determined, but we all were. I mean, we were just incensed by it. Of course, these days the term elections have consequences is bandied about a great deal, and the election of Reagan had that kind of consequence. But it wasn't just the fact that Reagan was elected. I mean, this was a systematic U.S. policy. You know, the bigotry against people of color was just so consistent that you just saw it. So you had, we're only talking, when we're talking 1981, I mean, we could put it in larger terms, but practically speaking, we're only 1981, we're only 16 years after the Voting Rights Act, and so many areas are still fighting it. I mean, truth be told. So the idea that you should have a constituency of people who are even interested in fact, one article that I saw in the Times was referring to people being surprised that they had a constituency. So I mean, they weren't entitled to just human decency. They were not entitled to international law, and she seized on that and recognized it for what it was. And I think as the first black woman elected to Congress, she had a gravitas that made you aware that she was aware that she represented a lot more than just one woman in one district or one congressperson for one district. She represented, frankly, we did not have that many women in Congress either. And so in many ways she represented a spectrum of women as well as representing people on the level of color. And she was aware of that. And she took it seriously. And I think that the fact that she was a woman, I'm not going to say that it did not figure prominently into her decision to come out as forcefully as she did. It's always, I think what we see in our political system is that it's always very easy to barter widgets and back and forth when you consider that it has nothing to do with you. Or you think it has nothing to do with you. It's somebody else's life, somebody else's problem, and it's just a widget and you getting the power that you want to get. But I think Shirley Chisholm saw that situation very intimately. Her parents had been immigrants. She knew what that was about. I think, I do have to say, the womanness of the woman came into play. I'm not going to say that men did not become involved, but I think the force with which she took up this campaign definitely, her dual consciousness came into play.